What do a modern European car and the Siberian tiger have in common? Perhaps the interior of the car is finished in Siberian pine? No. Maybe a famous Russian car seat designer was born here? No. Okay, so the cars raced all the way out here? No. What they have in common is alloy wheels. It is from here that containers packed with light alloy wheels are shipped all around the world, to Europe and America, to car assembly lines like Ford and others. It is here at the SCAD foundry, in the middle of the Siberian taiga, that state-of-the-art light alloy wheels are produced. 10 years in the business. More than 1 million light alloy wheels per year. Recognition from leading European quality and design experts. The SCAD foundry is located on the bank of the mighty Yenisei River, the very heart of the boundless Siberian taiga, next to the small town of Divnogorsk, 4,000 kilometers away from the glamour of Moscow. Visitors, especially foreign visitors, are amazed by the place. They arrive with expectations of seeing wild bears and enormous nature reserves. But surprisingly, they find themselves in the center of a manufacturing town. Here the Yenisei is hemmed in by the Krasnoyarsk hydroelectric power station, one of the largest hydroelectric generating stations in the world. The SCAD foundry is just a few kilometers from it.
All the powerful aluminum enterprises are located not far from the raw resources. The second resource is electric power, which is used for melting, for heat treatment, and for the operation of the powerful processing machines. The availability of these two resources resulted in the choice of this place.
Construction of SCAD started 10 years ago. The first light alloy wheel was produced 2 years later, in 2004.
The first 6 wheels were named according to the cosmic fashion: Uranus, Saturn, Neptune. All the casting molds were made in Germany and delivered to us along with the equipment.
And with time, given the invaluable experience they had gained, the staff began to design even the molds in which the wheels are cast. A team of enthusiasts who had previously dealt with aircraft materials were the very people who started the SCAD foundry. They set a bold and ambitious task for themselves: to manufacture quality products capable of competing on world markets. And with the dedication of a samurai, they have kept up the good work to this day. In 2005, the quality system of the foundry was successfully certified for conformity to the requirements of the international standard ISO 9001-2000.
The most important thing is reliability, not design. The wheel must be reliable. That's why our goal in the very beginning was the quality wheel. 10 years ago, we were oriented toward the aftermarket of the Russian Federation. But it happened so that we have become recognized in the whole world.
At present, all Ford Focus cars constructed in Vsevolozhsk are equipped with SCAD-produced light alloy wheels. In the near future, Ford models Mondeo, C-Max and S-Max will also be equipped with them. But this progress is not limited to Ford models. What's next? Peugeot? Toyota? Volkswagen? Better not guess, as negotiations are underway. The amazing production process of these wheels and the heroic workers involved in that process, both people and robots, deserve special step-by-step demonstration. The production process begins with the preparation of an alloy. The aluminium is melted in the induction furnaces. The alloy metals and other additive compounds are added to the mix.
After that, we'll treat it with a refining machine. It's the so-called off-furnace refinement.
After that, the alloy enters the founding machines, both the German Gimmo and Italian Borli machines.
Inside the machines, melting under low pressure takes place. Its average temperature is 710 to 730 degrees.
The cast pieces, half-finished wheels, are grouped and transported from the founding workshop to the machining workshop. At the end of the cycle, the wheels enter the dyeing line. By the end of the cycle, the wheels enter the painting line. The newest German Eisenmann line is used for this at the SCAD foundry.
It's not like our previous Italian technofirma. We had a vertical line, now it's horizontal. Powder painting and liquid painting. The liquid painting is most interesting perhaps. The powder painting is classical. It's been used for long and everywhere.
The production processes here are almost entirely automated. The SCAD management has never tried to skimp when it comes to state-of-the-art technologies. So some functions are performed by robots. Unique and sophisticated machines created by Fanuc Corporation made their debut at the foundry about a year ago. They have optimized the process and further improved the quality.
We have excluded several operations in which more people used to take part.
These man-like creatures have given rise to many jokes and even some moving stories.
The first one who is working with them is Vasily, chief of the Mechanical Work Bureau. Yes, he's been working with them longer than anybody else. That's why the robot is named Vasya. Vasya was so big and strong. When the three small robots had started to work at the painting line, the workers were trying to give them some female names. But since the robots were doing the men's jobs, those names just didn't fit. So all the robots here are called Vasyas.
It wouldn't be surprising if, in 10 years' time, the National Geographic Channel produced a film about the unusual history of the SCAD foundry. The film would be broadcast in the Megaplant series. To be the best in the 21st century, any product must combine elements of the fashionable, the emotional, and the striking, to say nothing of its basic functions. The design of the wheels produced at SCAD is of no lesser importance than the efficiency of the organization of that production. The concept for any new model is determined by a group of designers and market experts. Some designers work using sources of inspiration similar to those of Renaissance artists. Obviously, numerous drafts are rejected in the process.
There are lots of design prototypes. Sometimes it's approved on the first try and everybody likes it. But sometimes we consider up to 20 prototypes with which we work later on.
Arduous though it is, every wheel model undergoes this preliminary treatment.
As for the 2D or 3D modeling, we use the Autodesk Company software. We also employ the DSO System Company software.
The SCAD men spare no effort when reinventing the wheel. When you see it with your own eyes, it becomes clear why SCAD products achieved such popularity in practically all of Russia's regions and in many of the CIS states. And now it's time for the European markets. Wheels previously developed by SCAD are now being shipped there too.
Further on, we're going to develop specific designs for Europe. It has more to do with the peculiarities of the automobile market.
The foundry is starting a new line for producing premium-class wheels.
The name of this prototype is Mirror. This is a new one we're going to produce.
Ultra-delicate and superfine polishing of the metal will provide a mirror surface finish. Wheel diameters will reach up to 20 inches. But in this, the SCAD foundry is not following any fashion. The foundry is introducing it. In modern business, a united, competent and well-trained team is of primary importance. There is no business success without it. But even this state-of-the-art SCAD machinery has a man standing behind it. The approximately 700 workers at the foundry form a team of people with a variety of talents: engineers, power engineering specialists, metallurgists, even artists. They are men and women of different ages and professions. The youngest worker here is 19 years old. The oldest ones are well over 60. Alexander Kozinyashev has been working for SCAD for 8 years, sharing his experience with the young.
Работать мне здесь.
I like working here in the position of the chief of the machining area. Our team is very confident and professionally trained. All our workers come from the town of Divnogorsk mostly. They always strive to improve their professional skills. It's good to work with them. Gradually but firmly, we fulfill all the tasks our management sets before us.
The term team is not just a metaphor for the SCAD men. Sports and a healthy lifestyle are held in high respect at the foundry, with sports competitions taking place frequently. SCAD has its own football team, which takes part in regional championships and is a source of pride among the personnel.
The board of directors gives money for purchasing sports uniforms. The foundry's sports team must train to be in good shape, so that the spectators and the team itself might not be unhappy.
One of the heroes of the SCAD team, Fyodor Fomkin, is the best goalkeeper of the numerous mini-football tournaments. Here he recalls his finest hour with the team.
I think it was a game against the Ararat football team. First we were ahead and then they were, yet we won the game. We were all for one and one for all. Not to let them score our goal and to score theirs. And we won 4-3.
Благодаря вот этим людям
I'm so thankful to these people, the chiefs of departments and bureaus, all those who are working at the foundry.
SCAD employees' children are also taken care of at the foundry. Children's painting competitions are held regularly. The latest one was dedicated to the 10th anniversary of the foundry.
I've decided to make a robot because the robot is strong, powerful, and fast. These all symbolize the SCAD wheels. My painting is called The Incarceration of a Dream, 10 plus 17. I love horses and my dream is to have my own horse. I have embroidered it with beads, and I've got some more strings.
The young painters are free to create using the latest materials.
I've made it of salty dough, a piece of cloth, buckwheat grains, and green strings, and I painted it here. This painting is called Space. It's made of plasticine, wheels, and colors.
Almost an entire family was involved in painting this canvas.
Mummy, Alina, and I.
Arseny himself helped his sister Alina.
My painting is called the Seaskate. It's made of plasticine, which gets hard in a few days.
The best painter in every age category received a mobile phone. The 2012 Grand Prize winner, Masha Maslova, was honored with a tablet.
First, the participants in lower lines were announced. I wasn't there. I understood I was in a top line, but no, not me again. And suddenly, the grand prize.
The children, along with their parents, get very creative, and they're equipped with enough persistence to achieve their goals. Many of them have taken part in the painting of this picture for several weeks.
Yes, 2 weeks.
With this caliber of Generation Next, both Russia and SCAD can look to the future with confidence. Numerous quality certificates line the walls of the SCAD meeting room. Next to them stand the Victory Cups, a fitting place being that each document of this sort is, to the SCAD men, like a prestigious sports trophy. These ISO, TUV and Q1 certificates are testament to the fact that quality at the foundry is stable and that production is harmless to the environment.
Every year we are audited by the Ford Motor Company and the TUV Company. 2 or 3 auditors arrive and check our technological processes and the quality of our products.
Cases of negative feedback can result in these quality certifications being rescinded. This has happened to other players in the market. But SCAD keeps its finest engineers working tirelessly to avoid such occurrences. The workload of the SCAD testing laboratories runs to almost 24 hours a day. A detailed description of the quality control system could run as thick as 3 volumes. So, for our purposes, we will only relate some facts and the basic stages of control. First of all, the quality of raw materials is closely controlled.
Сначала проводим стопы.
Firstly, we perform a 100% X-ray examination. It's also an important thing in the stability of a process. Secondly, we cut a wheel in a laboratory to examine its macro and microstructure and its mechanical characteristics.
Second, the quality of the end product is guaranteed by the precision of the technological process and by the equipment used. Care to take a look at one of the machining workshops? Just think, every wheel is photographed 4 times during the process, so any production engineer with access to the database can monitor and evaluate the stability of the processes online. The traditional control performed by the Technical Control Department is also very effective.
In a broader spectrum of sizes, we get the wheel's data using a sophisticated coordinate measuring machine. A month ago, we purchased 2 automated lines for wheel leak testing and for run-out and unbalance check.
Such a meticulous approach to quality is typical to every stage of the SCAD production chain. SCAD wheels have been thoroughly tested by foreign specialists. Russian journalists have tested the wheels for durability, bending strength and twisting. Meticulous quality control testers from TV had them burnt, shot at and even run over by a 16-ton quarry bulldozer. The SCAD wheels passed these demanding tests with flying colours. The only trace the bulldozer left on them was a few scratches. In 2012, the SCAD Foundry is celebrating its 10th anniversary. Over these short years, the foundry has become a leader on the Russian light alloy wheels market. SCAD has been awarded numerous international certificates for the excellent qualitative and ecological indices of its products.
This is the latest invention by the Henkel company. We're the 7th light alloy wheel makers in the world that is using this technology. We're the first in Russia.
The foundry ships its produce to the assembly lines of several European automobile plants. SCAD is the first and only foundry in Russia that has received and kept the Q1 status, a symbol of recognition of high quality from the Ford Motor Company. A pass into the highest league of the world's light alloy wheel makers. Needless to say, the level of its technological equipment also meets European standards.
Presently, the foundry is being reconstructed. It's going to be over soon and the SCAD will fly so high. Russia has never had such a foundry before.
SCAD has become one of the largest taxpayers in the Krasnoyarsk region. It conforms to the standards of large-scale business, with almost 700 people working at the foundry. SCAD is a good example of how the former potential of the Soviet military industry has been used in the present-day living and economic conditions. But the company does not rest on its laurels. It continues to improve the quality and multiply the quantity of its production. New and wonderful horizons are set to open before SCAD.
We have had negotiations with the Volkswagen, GM, Peugeot, and Citroën for long, and not only with their plants in Russia. In fact, we negotiate with them in the whole world. We have this technical process here that will let us ship our wheels to the whole world.
Every day, hundreds of people here produce wheels so that millions of other people around the whole wide world can go to work as usual, to pick up their kids, to meet their loved ones and to travel in safety and pleasure, making the world a happier place.